I never expected the truth to hit me like a thunderbolt, especially not in the middle of what should have been a normal evening. I had come home from work, tired, shoulders heavy, thinking about the quiet dinner we might share. My wife, Sarah, was sitting in the living room, phone in hand, looking unusually serious. The light from the lamp highlighted her expression, sharp and unreadable. I greeted her, but she didn't smile. Her eyes met mine, cold, calculating. "We need to talk," she said, her voice calm, almost rehearsed. I nodded, trying to keep my tone light, hoping it wasn't another one of our heated debates disguised as serious talks. Then she said it. Words I had never imagined. Words that shattered the foundation of everything I believed about our marriage. "I married you because I had no better option. And I made a deal with your mom." For a moment, the room stopped existing. My mind tried to process, tried to find some logical explanation. Some way that the words were a cruel joke. But the look on her face told me this was no joke. Every beat of my heart seemed to echo in my chest. I felt my knees weaken, my hands gripping the edge of the sofa. What do you mean?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. She leaned back, indifferent. "Your mom wanted assurance. I agreed to marry you because it was convenient for everyone. You think love had anything to do with it? It didn't. Not for me." I sat there, stunned. The laughter, the late nights, the promises of forever. It all suddenly felt like an illusion. Like every memory had been staged. Every word spoken carefully calculated to maintain appearances. I remembered our wedding day. The smiles, the vows, the people cheering. I had believed every word she had said. Every "I love you" felt like a lie now, every touch rehearsed. My mind reeled, trying to grasp what had been done behind my back, what deal had been struck without my knowledge, without my consent. The betrayal wasn't loud. There were no screams, no fights, just her calm confession. And in that calm, I felt the weight of years of manipulation press down on me. I realized this wasn't just cheating. It was strategic, deliberate, a calculated move to secure her own advantage while keeping me in the dark. I couldn't speak at first. My throat felt dry, my mind spinning with disbelief and fury. How could someone I trusted completely, someone I had shared my life with, plan something like this behind my back? And with my own mother involved? The thought burned like acid. Sarah leaned forward, her expression unreadable. "Don't look so shocked," she said, almost mockingly. "This is how the world works. People make choices that benefit them. You should have known that, David." I felt my chest tighten. This wasn't just about marriage anymore. It was about manipulation, deceit, and betrayal layered over the years I had devoted to someone I thought loved me. Every dinner, every conversation, every late-night laugh suddenly seemed hollow, rehearsed, engineered to maintain the illusion of happiness. I remembered the subtle ways she had always controlled situations, her smirks whenever she had the upper hand, the way she twisted words to make me question myself. And now, with her confession, it all made sense. She hadn't just cheated on me emotionally. She had set up the marriage itself as a game she intended to win. I stood up, pacing the living room, trying to burn off the rage that had begun to bubble inside me. I wanted to shout, to demand explanations, to make her feel even a fraction of the pain I felt. But a colder, sharper thought took hold. I didn't need to beg, didn't need to argue. I had to act, strategically, decisively, for myself. Her words lingered in the air like a poison. "I married you because I had no better option." I could feel the years of my effort, my love, my care, weighing on me, suddenly meaningless. But I wasn't going to crumble. This was a turning point. A betrayal so deep it demanded a choice. Stay and suffer silently, or leave and reclaim my life. I grabbed my jacket and walked to the door, every step fueled by clarity. I wasn't running out of fear or anger. I was stepping into control. Into my own life. Sarah followed me with her usual smirk, expecting perhaps an apology or a desperate plea. She wouldn't get either. Before leaving, I turned, my voice steady and unwavering. "I know what you did. I know the deal. And I will not be a part of a life where I am a pawn. I'm leaving, Sarah. And when I go, I'm taking myself back." I stepped out the door and into the cool evening air, letting the tension of the room and her calculated calm fall behind me. The city lights blurred in the distance as I walked. Every step a release of the anger, hurt, and humiliation that had built inside me. This wasn't just leaving a house. This was reclaiming myself from a life that had been manipulated and controlled without my consent. By the time I found a quiet bench in a small park, I sat and let the reality of what had happened sink in. I had been married under false pretenses, and yet, in that revelation, I found an odd sense of freedom. For years, I had invested my heart, my trust, my very being into someone who never truly wanted me. And now, I was free of the illusion. I took out my phone and typed a short note to leave behind on the kitchen counter. Concise, truthful, impossible to misinterpret. I refuse to live a life where I am a pawn in someone else's game. I am leaving to reclaim my dignity and my future. David. The act of writing it brought a sense of closure, even before she saw it. I didn't need to hear her excuses, her attempts at justification, or her anger. I had seen the truth, and that truth was enough. As I walked home to pack a few things, I thought about my life going forward. It would be hard. I would need to rebuild trust in myself, learn to open my heart cautiously, and face the shadow of betrayal that lingered like a faint scar. But the freedom I felt walking away was worth every difficult moment to come. I was no longer trapped in a marriage that had been a transaction from the start. By morning I was gone. The house I had once called home was left behind, along with the lies, the manipulation, and the false smiles. I was stepping into a future of my own making, one where respect and love weren't optional, and where I would never again be treated as a backup plan or a pawn in someone else's scheme. As I moved forward, every step reminded me that betrayal, while devastating, could also illuminate strength I hadn't known existed. And in that knowledge, I found peace. Not vengeance, not anger, not regret, but a quiet, resolute understanding that I had chosen myself first, and for the first time in years that choice felt like victory.